Hello for the Bookworms, it's Katie. Today we're talking about The Burning Page by Genevieve Cogman. This is the third book in the Invisible Library series. In this book we meet Irene and Kai while they are on a mission where they have stolen a book and are now on the run. When Irene tries to reach the library, the portal malfunctions and bursts into flames, and Kai has to carry her out on his dragon back. Irene and Kai have to learn that a lot of portals across the alternate worlds are malfunctioning and a lot of librarians are suddenly winding up dead. Someone's out to kill them. This someone turns out to be Alberich, or Alberich, how he is pronounced in German, which his name is German, so I'm calling him Alberich. Alberich is out to destroy the library and to have his revenge, and well, Irene has to face down Alberich a second time. So much for the plot. So there are two plot lines. One that is concerning Whale, and he's got a little bit of a drug addiction issue. And then there's the plot with Alberich and the library. Let's talk about the plot. So these two plot lines I felt had a little bit of balancing issues. They were both made out to be super urgent. It didn't really have the effect I think that was intended. Whenever we were on the plot of the library, the plotline of Whale interfered and like suddenly that was super urgent, but the library was also on the brink of destruction and, you know, just a little bit chaotic. There was so much action. It starts right from the beginning when we get thrown into the mission that Irene and Kai are on. And I felt it was a little bit too much, which resulted in pacing issues. There wasn't really a moment where we could take a breath and have a little bit of character development maybe. And I felt a little bit like the description of the book gave a little bit of a wrong impression, because this mission in Russia starts at page 145, which is the midpoint of the book. The back of the book really makes it seem like this is the main focus of the plot, which it is not. Let's talk about the characters. Oh boy, there were a lot of changes with the characters. Let's talk about Irene for a start. She was so much more violent. She's still a strong character, but she's not as clever and as deductive as before, which is something that I really enjoyed with her character. When there was a crisis, she could stay back, look at the things, deduce what was happening and forge a plan from that. That wasn't really the case here. She just became a lot more stubborn, and it didn't make any sense because she was a very logical person. She just went headfirst into danger, which didn't make any sense for her character. Her inferiority complex starts to get a little bit annoying because she is comparing herself to everyone and everything, and obviously she's always not as pretty as the other women, or not as aristocratic as Kai, or not as skilled in deduction as Vale. So let's talk about Kai. He's turning into a little bit of a overprotective stereotype, and I wish we would just let that stereotype die. It's not cute, it's just annoying. Whale, obviously, he's the Sherlock Holmes character archetype. The thing is that although the book claimed that they are friends, there's not much of their friendship shown. Between the three of them, it's more like a cringeworthy love triangle. As far as Villain goes, he's pretty okay. I like that he actually has a point when he talks to Irene and explains his motivation, but he's also a little bit of a silly stereotype. Rather than actually doing something and being efficient, he just sits around and boasting about his nefarious plan all day, and it's just a little bit silly. Now let's talk about writing, and I feel like the writing is where most of my problems lie. I feel like the series took a serious dip from the first book to this one. What really bothered me was that there was so much repetition. Within the first 6 chapters alone, there was so much repetition, so much explaining of stuff that happened in the first and second book, that I don't know why that was in there. There was just this blatantly spelling out things that previously were left for the reader to deduce. I feel like that was kind of the charm of the book, and that was fun. Also, the cliffhanger chapter endings get a little bit annoying. Let's talk about the world building. So, unfortunately, although I would have wanted to learn a lot more about the Fey magic and the dragon magic or even the library, there wasn't really anything new. The language apparently doesn't really have any limits. And I feel like this is a little bit of a missed opportunity because there's always hinting at intrigue within the library. And I feel like this would have been a perfect opportunity to just investigate that further. My personal thoughts and opinions, I'm pretty disappointed with this book. The characters just becoming stereotypes and doing stupid things for the sake of having another action scene. The cringe-worthy and out-of-character romance. I would have really liked to read them going on a normal job and doing their job. I really would have liked to spend more time with the characters and develop the characters further and their relationships. Not necessarily romantic. I don't know why we have to have that cringy love triangle, because can't we just let that trope die in hell? But I still enjoyed it. It was still fun. I've read it within 2 days. It's like, it's fluffy. I will still continue on with the series. I still gave this book 3 stars. I still think if you enjoyed the first and the second book that you will enjoy this book as well. It's fun. It's a lot of fun, as I just said, but it's not as good as the first book. I hope you enjoyed this review. Other than that, I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you're reading something magical and wonderful, and I will see you soon. Bye!